So we have been around, Ronald McDonald House Charities Greater Houston's been around since 1978, was really when the original founders wanted to open something here. There had been the first house that was opened up in Philadelphia 50 years ago, and they had heard about that and had come to Dr. Fernbach, was the pediatric oncologist that was here at TCH, and they asked him what they could do to help. So there was also Liz Kelly, and there was a gentleman named Don Mullins. And Liz Kelly and Don Mullins both had kiddos that were being treated and wanted to know how they might be able to support Texas Children's. They weren't doctors, but what could they do to help? And so what Dr. Fernbach said, which was the same thing that happened in Philadelphia, was I see families that are sleeping in their cars, I see them sleeping in hallways, and we would really love for them to have a place to stay. And so the fundraising began, and then in 1981, they were able to open the first house. And they opened that house on La Concha Boulevard, which is not very far from here, because we're now in Holcomb House, but La Concha Boulevard is closer to NRG Stadium. And they opened it. It was a 21-bedroom house, but they made sure it looked like a business building. So in case the idea didn't work, they would be able to sell.
The Ronald McDonald House in Houston has grown significantly since its early days on La Concha. Today, it's a 70-bedroom haven on Holcomb, in the heart of the Texas Medical Center. The organization has also expanded within top medical institutions, with 19 bedrooms at the Texas Children's Hospital, 20 at Memorial Hermann, and 2 at MD Anderson. Additionally, they maintain over half a dozen lounges stocked with food and comfort. What is the mission of the Ronald McDonald House Charities here in Houston?
So that happened in Philadelphia, was when it all started, and it was one of the football players that was on the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was his kiddo that was being treated for leukemia. And he went to the doctor. Dr. Audrey Evans was really the founder of Ronald McDonald House all over the world with the initial idea. And she said the same thing that Dr. Fernbach followed up with, but it was Audrey Evans that said, I would love for families to have a place to stay. So the Philadelphia Eagles had a connection with Mr. Kroc that owned McDonald's. And so then he ended up donating money. So at first, it was a donation from McDonald's, and then it evolved to where McDonald's said, this is a really great thing for us to get involved in. Because when that first house opened 50 years ago, within 6 years after that first house, 100 houses had opened up around the United States. So there was a huge need for this.
Today, there are approximately 380 Ronald McDonald houses worldwide, providing housing assistance to families seeking medical treatment. While they are not healthcare facilities themselves, they play a role in supporting families during difficult times. Here in Houston, the Ronald McDonald House offers free housing to families who need access to the Texas Medical Center, bridging a critical gap for those who couldn't otherwise access it. Remarkably, the Houston Ronald McDonald House serves families from around the world, with guests typically hailing from 14 to 17 countries worldwide, in addition to numerous local families from the greater Houston area and across the state of Texas.
So we try to think about everything a family needs when they come to stay with us, because we want them to be able to just focus on their kiddo. So we provide food, we provide laundry, we provide shuttle services, we provide family activities, we provide social work opportunities. And I love to emphasize the family activities, because I know that maybe bingo or doing an art project might sound simple, but they're so important, because all of that is also a big part of the memory making that we work to create here at Ronald McDonald House. We want families to, we're cheering them on and getting to go home, and, for kids to be super healthy. But sometimes, families, the only time that their kiddo is alive is when they're here staying at Ronald McDonald House. So that memory making is important every day.
At the Ronald McDonald House, safety and security are top priorities, ensuring that every guest feels welcome, comforted, and at home during a challenging time.
We do background checks on families before they come in, because we want to make sure that families that are coming here are feeling very safe. And so we make sure that someone doesn't have something that they've done to another child. So we do background checks for that to make sure that people that are living here feel very safe living here.
What are your current needs, and how can individuals like myself support those needs?
We are needing volunteers all the time. So we need volunteers that would come in as a group and help serve a meal. And we also need individual volunteers that help support our food program that we call our Joyful Eats program. We need volunteers to help support us in the hospitals. We need volunteers to help us with the family activities. We need volunteers that help us with the front desk. So we have groups that come in that might participate once a month or once a quarter, once a year, and come in and help serve a meal, maybe do an activity that they're a part of with the families. And then we have volunteers that commit to coming in 2 or 3 times a month, and they do that with a specific role that they do on a regular basis. All the services that we provide to the families are free of charge, and we're able to do that because of the donations that we receive from the community. So in addition to opportunities to volunteer on our website, there's certainly also opportunities to donate as well, either through individual donations or participate in one of our events. We have a fun run that we do for families the first Saturday in December. We love for people to come out and help support Ronald McDonald House. We also do a pretty fabulous costume party that we call the Boo Ball. And that happens in October, and that's our biggest fundraiser of the year. So we'd love people to participate in that as well.
The Ronald McDonald House in Houston is a story that keeps giving with every family they assist. Visit rmhchouston.org for more information about the Ronald McDonald House Charities in Greater Houston.